Dear and faithful spectators of Boostage TV, today is a new day. Schools are opening, and a lot of parents have suffered to gather enough money to pay the school fees of their children. And a lot of them are concentrated on making sure that their children get their diploma, their certificates. Today, we would like to thank all those from various countries, Britain, USA, Belgium, Togo, Senegal, and so forth and so on. Thank you very much for being faithful to Boostage TV. In fact, today we are going to talk about the fact that getting a diploma or getting a certificate is not the most important thing that parents have to concentrate on. They have to concentrate on making sure that their children get know-how. They go to school to learn instructions, to get informations, but they have to help their professors, their teachers, to show them how to use what they are teaching them, where to use what they are teaching them. Because a lot of people focus on getting the diploma, and they will go and look for a job with their certificate. I am an engineer. I am a master in social discipline. I have my PhD. But when they are employed, unfortunately, the companies or the institutions that employ them, at the end of the day, realize that they are not competent at all. Let's say more than 50%. Okay? Either they dismiss them, or they degrade them, or they use them for something else that has nothing to do with their certificate. But when you acquire the know-how, you can even auto-employ yourself. You can create your own company. Yes. And for the lecturers and the teachers to help the school, this education system, improve the implementation of know-how, I encourage students to ask the teachers and the professors after a lesson or at the end of every day. Ask your professor or your teacher, what do we do with what you are teaching us today, or you have taught us today? Where do we apply them? How do we apply them? By asking them this question, you encourage them to make more research if they don't know, more research on how to use what they come to teach you. Yes, it is important for you to know what you will do with what you are learning. Because one day you will find yourself in a situation where it is necessary for you to use what you learned in the primary school. I was a student in France. A friend of mine offered me his old car that when he wanted to buy a new one. And I was traveling from Limoges to Paris with the car when the bottle of water busted. But what did I do? Because I knew how the cooling system circuit works. I knew there were two pipes. One that brings the hot water from the engine, comes to the water bottle, and then the other one takes the cold water to go and cool the engine. Then I decided to take an empty plastic bottle and put the two pipes inside them, tied it very well with some plastic sachet, so that there will not be vapor coming out from the bottle. And then I was able to travel. Okay, it was remaining only 2 hours. I was able to drive for the 2 hours to Paris before I got the opportunity to change the bottle. If I didn't know, as a student, I would have needed to get a mechanic, pay the mechanic, and wait until they go to Paris, buy the water bottle if we didn't find it in the village where we stopped, where we had the damage. Okay? There are a lot of little things like this that we learn in the secondary school. We don't use them. Okay? But they are necessary. One day, they will become useful. So you don't need to neglect any course, even English, even language. Okay? The 1 year study of Spanish that I had, I used it, I had in Lycée Scientifique of Yamoussoukro. I used it to travel to Spain, spend my holidays in Valladolid, then in Madrid, and then after in Barcelona. Just the little Spanish that I didn't use anymore after the high school, but it was there. It was not necessary for me, okay, at that time, but it became useful when I found myself, okay, alone in Spain. So please, parents, encourage your children to have the know-how. Succeeding in an exam is good, but it is not the most important thing that parents have to focus on. What have your child learned in the school that could be useful for him in life, in professional life? Yes, there are a lot of problems in companies, in institutions that one can correct, okay, with just the know-how we have. That is boostage. Our aim is to make you see otherwise, perceive otherwise, and act otherwise. If this video was interesting for you, please share it with families and friends and subscribe to our network. Thank you very much, and bye-bye. We'll see you next time.